There are 5 things that I see happening with regards to family-based petitioning. Hello everyone, welcome to Nat and Loe's DIY Life. Now that I have coffee, we can sit and we can talk about one of my many DIYs. So I'm an immigration attorney and my focus is family-based petitioning. So now that we have a newly elected president, things are going to change for the immigration system as a whole. So I would like to sit down and talk to you about those 5 to 6 different things that I see changing as a result of having a newly elected president. So please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions or if you have any video ideas that you'd like for me to do, please put them down below in the comment section. I will be sure to get those to you. Okay, so in general, let's talk about immigration, how I see it divided and where I fall, and then I'll tell you my 5 things. So there's the economics side of immigration, and that's dealing with money, how a visa can bring about money into the country. One of the visas, you have to have $1 million or more to be able to show that you are bringing to the US economy. So that is one side. The other side is more so of the heart base, I say, dealing with the family and keeping the family together. There is spouses applying for other spouses, parents applying for children, and children applying for the parents, and vice versa. There's a lot of different ways that you can petition on that side. Now, again, this family based is where I mainly focus. And here's where I see the major changes, or the changes that will affect the clients that I serve. So as London can say, could I get a drum roll, please? Number 1 is the processing time. Our processing time for the applications that we submit or notification from USCIS will decrease. And I think it will go back to how it was under Obama. The work authorizations will come through a lot quicker. So that would be my prediction. It's going to be hard to do that because there's going to be a backlog, but I think that's what they're going to work to do. And then the second thing is going to be the elimination of the public charge rule. Now, what happens is when an immigrant is working on their path to citizenship, they have to show that someone is going to support them if they need to be supported. And you do that through a form called the 864 form, and that's the affidavit of support. And what that affidavit of support says is that a U.S. citizen has income and that it meets the poverty line index. And if it meets that poverty line, the very minimum number, that for the number of people who live in that household, then they say, yes, that person can sponsor you and we're fine. Where the public charge rule went further is that they then ask the immigrant, please give me a credit report, please tell me what your education level is, and please tell me all your assets and holdings, and whether or not they can be converted into cash within a couple of days. So it became more of a merit-based system as he wanted. So now under the Biden administration, I believe that will no longer be the case. And then the third thing that I see happening is the reinstitution of DACA. So the deferred action for childhood arrivals. So the minute you come into the country, if you come into the country illegally, your path to citizenship is exceptionally hard. It doesn't mean that it's impossible, because I've worked to successfully work for a couple of clients and we've done that, but it becomes more of a process, okay? So with the deferred action for childhood arrivals, it allows for the reality that some children come here with their parents, and when they come with their parents, they're coming illegally. You have to come with your parents, you have to do what your parents are saying. So at this point, under the Obama administration, they created DACA. And with DACA, you were provided 2 years of work authorization and 2 years where you did not have to worry about any form of deportation. Under the Trump administration, they did away with that. And again, the reason why there is this drastic change is because there is not immigration reform that has gone through Congress, because there is not cohesiveness there to actually institute any form of immigration reform that results in paths to citizenships for a vast amount of people, because there's a number of people in this country that have come in different ways, and just the history. Like, there is not a complete meeting of the minds in that area. So what happens is, when different presidents come into their administrations, they create executive orders, and those executive orders dictate how the Department of Homeland Security as well as USCIS works. So Biden coming in, he agreed with DACA, and not only did he agree with DACA, he also wanted to expand DACA to take it to DAPA. And DAPA is for deferred action for parents of American citizens or lawful permanent residents. So that would allow an individual who is in this country and is in the country illegally to be able to petition to stay. And with that petitioning, they get 2 years of work authorization and no worry of being deported. And again, this has to be renewed over after it's expired. Okay. The fifth thing that I see happening is there is going to be a flood of petitioning, because even for me, I have a couple clients that once Trump took office, and it was maybe within a couple of weeks, I started seeing that if you had an order of deportation, anything dealing with immigration court, if there was any problem with your status here, you have a path to citizenship and you are in immigration court, you can go to immigration court and ask immigration court to say, hey, can you let this go? Because I have a clear path to citizenship. Can you overlook this issue? Because now, if you go ahead and play this all the way out, I'm fine. We had an infraction, we had a problem here, but if we play it all the way out, I'm fine. So under the Trump administration, that was not flying. I have a couple clients that I specifically did not want to submit any form of paperwork until there was a new administration. So I think that there's going to be a lot of attorneys who did the exact same thing. And now with the fact that there's a new administration that is more looking at immigration, not so much as a vetting process, and that you have to have, or a vetting or a merit-based process, then they will be petitioning very heavy. So you want to make sure that you get this in, you get your petitionings and your paperwork in, because there is going to be time of the backlog system from the Trump administration, and then people trying to catch up because of the Biden administration, because there will be new things. But all in all, is to say that there's new things coming. I'm very excited. And if you need any help, please give me a call, and know that where you are located does not restrict me. Now, also note that I stick only with family-based petitioning. So if you need any help, please make sure that you call the number, check out the website, send me something. I'll be sure to help you out. Thanks, guys.